Welcome to our channel's Masa Dr. R. In today's video, we'll dive into the world of research proposals. But wait, what is a research proposal and why is it so important? Simply put, a research proposal is your blueprint for a study. It explains the problem you want to solve, your research objectives, and the methods you'll use to reach meaningful results. Whether you're a student, academic, or professional researcher, writing a clear and strong proposal is the first step towards successful research. And here's the exciting part. In episodes 1 and 2, we'll cover this in detail, showing you how to structure and present your proposal like a pro. Stay tuned. We're talking about one of the most important parts of your research proposal, the research objectives. Your objectives are the roadmap of your study, showing exactly what you want to achieve. But here's the key. They need to be clear, specific, and measurable. Stay tuned as we break down how to write strong research objectives, share examples, and show you how to make your goals realistic and focused to keep your research on track. Formulate clear and specific goals. Model for formulating goals. Overall objective. This research aims to analyze, evaluate, or study the independent variable and its effect on the dependent variable in the research context or environment. Sub-objectives. 1. Determine the relationship between 2. Measure the impact of 3. Explore the role. Conditions for writing research objectives. Clarity and accuracy. Objectives should be specific and clear without ambiguity. Measurability. Formulated in a way that can be measured or evaluated later. Related to the research problem. Objectives should emerge directly from the research problem and research gap. Logical order. Objectives are formulated sequentially, starting with general objectives and then sub-objectives. Use precise academic verbs, such as analysis, study, examination, identification, exploration, evaluation, measurement, comparison, realism, and achievability. Goals must be achievable within available resources and time. Do not confuse with research questions or hypotheses. Objectives define what the researcher seeks to achieve, while questions guide research and hypotheses test relationships. For examples of research objectives, digital marketing. To examine the relationship between digital marketing and sales growth. To identify the most effective social media platforms for small and medium enterprises. Did you know that research questions and hypotheses are the scientific compass that determines the path of analysis and answer in a study? Research questions, hypotheses, formulate testable research questions or hypotheses. Research questions, what is it? These are the basic questions that the researcher seeks to answer through research, and they guide the study and determine its axes, conditions for its formulation, to be clear and directly related to the research problem. To start with words like what, how, why, to what extent, what is the relationship between. To be analyzable or answerable using research tools. Example, what impact has digital marketing had on consumers' purchasing decisions? What is the relationship between employee satisfaction and performance in the work environment? Hypotheses. What is it? A hypothesis is a scientific guess based on prior knowledge through which a relationship is expected between two or more variables, and the researcher tests it with quantitative or statistical tools. Conditions for its formulation. Be testable, to predict the existence of a relationship or lack thereof. To usually start with exists, does not exist, affects, does not affect, is related, is not related. It could be positive hypothesis, assumes a relationship, zero hypothesis, null hypothesis, negates the relationship, often used in statistical analysis. Example alternative hypothesis, H1, digital marketing positively affects sales performance. Null hypothesis, H0, there is no effect of digital marketing on sales performance. Tips when choosing between them. Use research questions if you are in an exploratory phase or in a qualitative study. Use hypotheses if your study is quantitative, and uses statistical tools such as SPSS. In some studies, the two can be formulated together, questions plus hypotheses. We're diving into one of the core parts of any research proposal, the literature review. A good literature review isn't just a summary of previous studies. It's about analyzing and connecting past research to your own study. We'll explore how to review relevant studies, identify key trends, and most importantly, highlight the research gaps that your study will address. By the end of this video, you'll know how to build a strong and focused literature review that supports your research and shows its value. Firstly, review previous relevant studies. Secondly, the most prominent research gaps that your research will address. Example review of previous relevant studies. Many studies have examined digital marketing strategies and their impact on small and medium-sized companies. For example, Xavi, 2019, pointed out the importance of integrating digital marketing tools such as search engine optimization, email, and social media campaigns in enhancing a brand's digital visibility, while Kaplan and Heinlein, 2014, focused on the impact of platforms like Instagram and Facebook in improving customer engagement and loyalty. Al-Ghamdi, 2020, also studied the adoption of digital channels by Saudi small and medium-sized enterprises and explained that there is growth in use, but strategic use is still limited. Research gaps. Although current literature focuses on the benefits of digital marketing, there are clear gaps such as lack of studies that focus specifically on the Gulf or Saudi context, lack of up-to-date analyses of digital consumer behavior after the pandemic, lack of understanding about the impact of AI-powered marketing tools such as chatbots and automated marketing on small business performance. This research aims to fill these gaps by studying the digital marketing strategies used by small and medium-sized companies in Saudi Arabia with a focus on modern technologies. Literature review is an essential part of scientific research, in which previous studies relevant to the research topic are reviewed to determine the theoretical framework and the most prominent findings of previous research. The review also highlights research gaps that have not been adequately addressed in previous literature and which your research will seek to address. Literature review steps: 1. Collecting sources, books, research papers, university theses, etc. 2. Analysis of previous studies, identify key findings and methodologies used. 3. Comparing them to show similarities and differences. 4. Identifying gaps, what has not yet been researched or what needs further study. 5. Link it to your research. How will your work help fill these gaps? Tip: try to provide a critical literature review, and not just an account of studies, focusing on how your research will benefit from them. We're talking about the backbone of any research project, the research methodology. Your methodology is the framework that guides your entire study. It explains how you collect your data, why you chose your methods, and how you'll analyze the results. In this video, we'll break down the key components of a strong research methodology, from choosing the right design to selecting tools and techniques that fit your objectives. By the end, you'll know how to craft a clear and solid methodology that strengthens your proposal. The research methodology is the framework that determines how the study is carried out and includes 1. Research approach. They are: quantitative approach. It is based on numerical data and statistics. For example, closed questionnaires, statistical analysis. Qualitative approach focuses on a deep understanding of phenomena via textual data. For example, interviews, observations, content analysis. Mixed curriculum combines quantitative and qualitative to deepen results. We're diving into two key parts of the research process: data collection tools and analysis tools. First, we'll cover data collection tools like questionnaires for quantitative data and interviews for qualitative insights, and how to pick the right tool for your research. Then we'll explore analysis tools like SPSS for statistical analysis and NVIVO for organizing and interpreting qualitative data. And here's the best part: if you need support, we can help you analyze your data, ensuring accuracy and professional results. Stay tuned to learn how to make your research process smarter and more effective. 2. Data collection tools. Questionnaires used in quantitative research, closed questions. It can be paper or electronic, for example, Google Forms. Interviews used in qualitative research, open questions. Types: structured, semi-structured, free interviews. Other tools: observation, document analysis. 3. Analysis tools for quantitative data: SPSP to analyze descriptive and inferential statistics, e.g., regression, t-tests. Excel for basic analytics and charts. For qualitative data, NVivo to analyze interviews and texts, encoding, identifying themes. MaxQDA, an alternative tool for qualitative content analysis. For example of research methodology, this research relies on a quantitative approach to measure the impact of digital marketing tools on the performance of small and medium-sized enterprises. Questionnaires were used as the main tool to collect data from a sample of owners and managers of these companies. The questionnaire included a set of closed questions to measure variables related to social media use, digital advertising, and digital transformation. The data were analyzed using SPSS statistical software, which allows hypotheses to be tested using statistical methods such as regression and analysis of variance. If the research is qualitative, interviews are used and analyzed via NVIVO software to extract patterns and themes. Important tips: choose the approach based on the research questions and the nature of the data. Explain in your methodology how to ensure honesty and consistency, validity and reliability. Mention the study sample, and the reasons for choosing it. We're talking about a crucial part of any research proposal and the significance of the study. This section explains the scientific value of your research, how it adds new knowledge, and its practical or applied value, showing how your findings can be used in real-world applications. By the end of this video, you'll know how to clearly present the importance of your study, making your proposal more convincing and impactful. Explain the scientific and applied value of the research. What is meant by scientific and applied value? Scientific value: what the research provides in addition to scientific knowledge or literature in the field, new theory, confirmation or denial of previous studies. Practical value: how research results can be used practically in reality, in institutions, policies or decisions. Example: scientific and practical significance of the study. Scientific value: this research contributes to the growing body of literature on digital marketing by offering new insights into how small and medium enterprises in emerging markets, specifically Saudi Arabia, adopt and utilize digital tools to grow their businesses. It also addresses key gaps in region-specific and post-pandemic marketing behavior. Practical value: the findings of this study will help small and medium-sized enterprise owners, marketers, and policymakers optimize their marketing strategies based on data-driven insights. It will guide decision-makers in adopting the most effective digital channels and investing in technologies that drive measurable growth. We're focusing on the timeline, a key part of any research proposal. Your timeline shows the phases of your research step by step, keeping your project organized and on track. For example, months 1 to 2, literature review. Months 3 to 4, data collection. Month 5, data analysis. Month 6, writing and submission. We're discussing the references section, an essential part of any research proposal. References show where your information comes from and give credit to the original authors. Using a proper academic documentation style, like APA or Harvard, ensures your work is professional, credible, and free from plagiarism. You'll know how to format your references correctly and make your research proposal look polished and trustworthy, as shown by examples. Thank you for following. If you like the content, don't forget to click the subscribe button and activate the bell so you can receive our upcoming lectures. Share this video with those you think will benefit from it. For inquiries or to request academic advice, we are happy to contact you via email q360gcc@outlook.com. We will meet in the next episode, God willing.